talk about what we might learn as soon as this comes down is criminal defense attorney Gary Gerstenfield to talk more about it. First and foremost, this is the same judge that sentenced Governor Bob McDonnell to a much shorter sentence than the prosecution was asking for. What does that say about what we're going to learn about from her sentence today?
Oh, we're going to see a much lower sentence. The parole and probation was recommending 6 years by their calculation. The government's abandoned that. They're looking for 18 months. Of course, the defense is looking for 4,000 hours in community service and no jail time.
So, gut feeling, where does it fall? In somewhere in between there, most likely, right?
Yeah, some of the experts are saying 9 and 9, 9 months jail time, 9 months probation. I think the over-under on this is 6 months. I think she's going to get a 6-month straight sentence.
One of the quotes that was very ear-catching yesterday, one of the jurors was on camera with us here on WUSA 9, and she said that there was no doubt that Maureen McDonnell was driving the bus when it came to soliciting gifts from the businessman, Mr. Williams. But she is not and was not a public employee of the Commonwealth of Virginia, so is there a loophole there as far as how much she should be sentenced?
Well, certainly that's what the defense is going to be arguing. They're going to say, look, she's not a political operative, she's not elected, she's not a lawyer. The problem is that darn conspiracy theory. The way the conspiracy theory works, you're part of the conspiracy, you get the same sentence as everybody else.
And there's no shortage, as we've been reporting, of public opinion in this. We had staffers come out from the executive mansion to say less than flattering things about the former First Lady. There's been plenty in the media about her. How much does that play into the judge's sentencing on a day like this?
Well, that's an important part. I mean, on the one hand, she was portrayed as sort of being this very materialistic person, very short-tempered, not wanting to consider things out, not to look into the future of what things might happen. She let the serpent in the room, that sort of thing. On the other hand, that shows maybe the accountability isn't as high as somebody who would do those things.
Now, she was on the stand. We had heard, and if you follow Twitter of all the reporters that are in the courtroom now, that she was crying on the stand, thanked the judge for being lenient on her husband, saying that she, as you just said, invited the serpent into their home. She was asking for leniency with tears. How do you think that's going to affect the judge?
Well, I think in the long run, probably the judge has considered long and hard about what kind of sentence is appropriate. I think that if she is very honest and sincere, I think it'll help. And so we'll just have to wait and see.
So we're going to stay tuned. And our own Peggy Fox is in the courtroom right now. As soon as